maybe you went on a vacation or you went out of town. If you did, chances are you have a lot of unpacking to do. I'm here today to give you 10 quick hacks. After having moved over 26 times in my life, I've learned a few things about packing and unpacking. So I wanted to share a few things, hacks that I live by. The first tip I have for you, when you go and pack 2 or 3 days extra things, because when you get home, if you get home late, you will not want to have to dig through boxes and boxes of stuff or suitcases and suitcases of stuff to find the things you need just to get ready for bed that night so that you can start fresh in the morning. Another tip, and this one might be a little more commonly known, is that duct tape works really well for labeling. So if you have a permanent marker and some duct tape, you can label everything so that when people are trying to help you unpack, aka maybe your kids or your husband, they know exactly where to put the stuff. As far as a suitcase goes, they know, hey, this is, Johnny's suitcase, or hey, this is my wife's suitcase, so probably should go in her room. Stuff like that would just make it a lot easier. I put labels on everything, and that just helps other people be able to help you out, because unpacking is not a one-person job. My third tip is to always start laundry right away, because there's always more of laundry than you thought you had. From our last trip, I think we did 7 or 8 loads of laundry. Now we were doing bed sheets because we'd been gone a little while, blankets and things from the living room, and towels from the bathroom. But every time you come back, there's going to be laundry to be done. You get ready to start going to bed and you want to make that bed, that your sheets and things are done. And not only that, but it makes the house smell cleaner. It's an instant fresher. On that scent note, my fourth tip is to plug in a Febreeze. This is not sponsored. Go and get a diffuser, put some of those essential oils in it, light a candle, do something to make the air smell better. When your environment smells better, you feel better. It happens. My next tip is to wipe everything down with some kind of a disinfectant or something. It's on the same note of making things smell better. If things smell better and are cleaner, then you will feel much better putting your new stuff, whatever you bring with you, back into the spaces. So wipe everything down. This is not deep cleaning time. This is just wipe all the surfaces, get all the preliminary dust out of the way so that you can start off fresh. Now this one is a little bit of a pre-tip. Hopefully you already did this. Have freezer meals ready for you in the freezer, because once you get in a rhythm of unpacking, there's nothing worse than having to pause everything just to go and feed everyone in your family. Either make those freezer meals ahead of time so that you can take it out and thaw it the night before if you got in late, or even pop it right in the oven if it's a certain meal that you can just do that. I will put some of my favorite little freezer meals up here that are great for if you come home and you want to just pop something in the oven real fast. It will take a little longer because it's going straight from frozen, but it will cook fine. The other option is to save money in your budget, if you can, to go and get some takeout. That way you can just keep on unpacking and you don't have to pause what you're doing to make sure that you are fed and not cranky. My next tip is to set some timers, because sometimes we feel like something takes forever when it's legitimately only taking a half hour. Another time we might think that something is taking no time at all, and then 4 hours later we're like, where did all of the time go? So set some timers for yourself. That way when the timer goes off, you can look at what you're doing currently and say, okay, is this helping me, or is this holding me back? Is this taking way longer than it should just because I'm tired, or I'm tired of this task? If it is taking you longer than it should because of the task or because of your mood, then switch tasks. Don't stay on that task that's taking you a long time and that you aren't getting as much done with. Switch over to something where you can see some immediate progress so that you'll get that energy back up so that you can tackle that task again later. Set timers. That way you can also see your progress, because when the timer goes off, you can say, hey, when I started this timer, I had this full suitcase and now the suitcase is empty and I'm on to the next task. Or the suitcase is empty and I'm on to taking a nice bubble bath, something. My 8th tip is to play some music, because music is shown to improve your mood and it can help you just move faster. If you've ever gone into a store and noticed that you're just going willy-nilly, put things in your shopping cart, chances are they're playing something really good on that radio in the background. Also, if you've ever gone to a fast food place and noticed that you scarfed your food real fast, and I don't know how you did that, maybe you were hungry, but think about what music is playing in the background, because a lot of times there's some psychology behind that. They play more upbeat music because they know you'll move faster and they want to get their customers in the door, finish eating their meal, and out again because it's fast food. So think about the music you're playing. Are you playing something that's going to make you move like a sloth, or are you playing something that's going to get you going and that you feel happy about? Because having that music going can change everything. This next tip is just something that I have learned over the years, is that you go large to small. And I don't mean the most complicated project to the least complicated project. What I mean is, if you see something large, like for say this giant tin of popcorn that I have here, go put that wherever it goes, because as you can see, as soon as I move this giant tin of popcorn and as soon as I move this suitcase, the pile looks a lot smaller. So move large to small. Get something out of the way that will make that pile instantly look smaller. And speaking of piles, tip number 10 is to make sure that when you're unpacking, try to unpack things in rooms that are all in one pile. So when you're taking things out of the car, whatever you're doing, instead of putting it all over the place in that room, stick it in one pile in the corner. That way, if you're trying to go to bed in your bedroom, your whole bed's not taken up with junk or stuff. And if you're trying to clean up the kitchen, you're not tripping over piles of stuff here and there and everywhere in order to put things away. So put everything into one stack. That way, at the end of the day, you can just call it done, put a sheet over it, hide it. I've actually done that. Put things in a pile in a corner and enjoy tackling that pile with the pace that you need to tackle it with. And then you won't feel so overwhelmed either. And I know I said 10 tips, but bonus tip, set yourself a reward. Like packing, unpacking, all of that, it's not normally the thing that we like the most. It's not the most fun thing. It can be more fun with music and candles and all that stuff that I've been talking about this last few minutes. If you've been working for a little while and you're getting to a stopping point, or a good stopping point, give yourself a little reward. Sit and play on your phone. Play that game on your phone that you've been kind of guilty wanting to play all day. Or drink some coffee, enjoy a hot tea, you know, get some chocolate, do something, go for a walk. That's probably the healthier option, but do something fun for yourself, because when you have something that you're motivated for, you work a lot faster because you want to get to that good part. And I know I work a lot faster. A lot of times on weekends when I have a lot of cleaning to do, I actually wait a little bit to make my morning coffee until I've done some things, because it motivates me. I really want that coffee, so you know, I work a little faster and I'll do a little more, and then when I get to a great stopping point, I feel good about it. The coffee tastes even better because I earned it. I worked hard for it. Worked for the coffee. I know a lot of us are unpacking. I have another video which shows me kind of putting some of these tips into action, and also shows me finally tackling the dreaded dining room. I don't know if you saw this clip. You probably didn't, because I never posted it. But this is my dining room. It's kind of the catch-all room, and it's a mess, or was, and now it's beautiful, and I love it. Join me in that video. If I have it up by, well, whenever I have it up, I'll put it right here, so that way you can click on it and see me put into action, practice what I preach a little bit. So thanks for joining me. Happy unpacking!